What if your family shaped the fate of an entire galaxy, and then tore it apart? In the universe of Warhammer 40K, the Emperor of Mankind didn't just create warriors, he forged 20 demigods, the Primarchs. Each one a legend, each one a weapon, each one a ticking time bomb. Some became noble heroes, defenders of mankind. Others fell to chaos, consumed by pride, rage, or betrayal. A few disappeared without a trace. And two were erased so completely, it's as if they never existed at all. But in a galaxy where death isn't always the end, and myths walk again among the stars, the fate of the Primarchs is far from settled. So today, we uncover the full story. Who's dead? Who still fights? Who vanished into the darkness? And who might return? This is your complete breakdown of every Primarch in Warhammer 40K, dead, alive, and missing. Explained. Buckle up, because once you enter the world of the Primarchs, nothing stays buried forever. We start with the Fallen, the dead Primarchs whose lives ended in blood, betrayal, or tragic purpose. First is Ferrus Manus, Primarch of the Iron Hands. Ferrus was known for his strength, resilience, and cybernetic arms made of living metal. Loyal to the Emperor, he was one of the first casualties of the Horus heresy. On Istvan V, he led a loyalist force against the traitors, only to be ambushed. He faced his former brother, Fulgrim, in single combat. Despite his defiance, Ferrus was struck down, his head severed by Fulgrim's blade. His death marked a dark turning point in the heresy. The Iron Hands have never fully recovered from his loss. Next is Sanguinius, the angelic Primarch of the Blood Angels. A warrior with wings, charisma, and prophetic visions, Sanguinius was beloved by his brothers and his legion. During the Siege of Terra, he was the only Primarch who stood before Horus aboard his flagship. Though wounded and outmatched, he fought with valor, but Horus killed him. Sanguinius' death drove the Emperor into a fury that finally ended Horus. His sacrifice is still mourned by the Blood Angels, who suffer the lingering psychic echoes of his death, the Red Thirst and the Black Rage. Now comes Horus Lupercal, the War Master himself. Once the Emperor's favored son, Horus was corrupted by chaos and led the traitor legions into rebellion. His betrayal tore the Imperium in half. In the final battle aboard his flagship, the Emperor and Horus fought. The Emperor killed him completely. Not just physically, his soul was obliterated so fully that even the Chaos Gods could not resurrect him. Horus is gone. Forever. Next is Conrad Kurz, the Night Haunter. A tortured prophet and killer, Kurz ruled through fear. He foresaw his own end and welcomed it. After the heresy, he unleashed terror across the galaxy, convinced the Imperium was just as brutal as him. Eventually, an Imperial assassin, Mshen, ended his life. He allowed it. His final words were a haunting laugh, proof he believed that justice in the Imperium was just another form of cruelty. Now we move to Alfarius, or maybe Omegon. The Alpha Legion operated in secrecy and confusion, often using doubles and deception. Official records state that Alfarius was killed by Robut Guilliman during the heresy, but the truth, it's uncertain. Some claim it was Omegon who died, others believe Alfarius still lives. The Alpha Legion thrives on misinformation. So while Alfarius is officially dead, with this legion, nothing is ever certain. Lastly in this section, Rogol Dorn, the stalwart Primarch of the Imperial Fists, is said to have died during a Black Crusade, aboard a Chaos battleship. All that was recovered was his skeletal hand. But whispers persist. Some believe Dorn lives, hidden, preparing. Others think he faked his death to fight in secret. Officially dead, but possibly not. His fate remains one of the Imperium's greatest unsolved mysteries. Next, we turn to those who still walk the stars, the living Primarchs who shape the current age of Warhammer 40K. First is Robut Guilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines. Gravely wounded by Fulgrim during the heresy, Guilliman was entombed in stasis for 10,000 years, but now he lives again. Revived by a combination of Mechanicus science and Eldari sorcery, he has returned to lead the Imperium in its darkest hour. Now the Lord Commander of the Imperium, Guilliman is a rare voice of reason, discipline, and vision in a galaxy of madness. He leads the Indomitus Crusade and governs as the Emperor's regent, even though he openly questions the religion that now surrounds his father. Next is Lionel Johnson, Primarch of the Dark Angels. Long thought lost, the Lion has recently awakened deep within the rock. Older, wiser, and more brooding than before, he now fights alongside a group of elite warriors known as the Companions. The Lion is not interested in ruling, but in rooting out threats from the shadows. His return signals a shift in the balance of power, and his methods stand in stark contrast to Guilliman's open leadership. Now we shift to the Daemon Primarchs, those corrupted by chaos, yet still alive in twisted, monstrous forms. First is Magnus the Red, the Crimson King, Primarch of the Thousand Suns. Magnus was once a scholar of the warp. After trying to warn the Emperor about Horus, he was cast aside. Betrayed, he embraced Tzeentch, the chaos god of change. Now a towering daemon prince, Magnus dwells on the planet of the sorcerers. He seeks forbidden knowledge and wages war on the Imperium, still blaming the Emperor for rejecting him. Next is Mortarion, Lord of the Death Guard. Once a grim and stoic warrior, Mortarion succumbed to Nurgle, the chaos god of disease. Now he is a plague-ridden horror, spreading sickness and despair wherever he goes. Though he despised sorcery, his transformation forced him to accept it. Mortarion now serves as one of Nurgle's greatest champions. His hatred for the Emperor still burns, twisted into endless spite. Following him is Angron, the Red Angel, Primarch of the World Eaters. Angron was a slave forced to fight in gladiator pits. Implanted with the Butcher's nails, devices that amplify rage, he could never know peace. Now a daemon prince of Khorne, Angron is pure wrath unleashed. He's recently returned in full force, cutting a bloody path through Imperial systems. His body regenerates, his fury never cools. Angron lives only to kill. Then comes Fulgrim, once the most elegant of the Primarchs, Primarch of the Emperor's children. Fulgrim fell to Slaanesh, the chaos god of excess. He transformed into a serpentine daemon prince, obsessed with perfection, sensation, and excess. After centuries in the warp, Fulgrim has re-emerged, leading twisted legions in grotesque, decadent campaigns. He's cunning, manipulative, and deadly. And finally in this section, Lorgar, Primarch of the World Bearers. Lorgar was the first to embrace chaos, turning religion into a weapon. After becoming a daemon prince, he disappeared into the warp. Some say he meditates in silence, waiting for the stars to align for a second great heresy. Though unforeseen for millennia, his influence still spreads like wildfire. Lorgar is patient and dangerous. Now we explore the Primarchs whose fates remain unknown, missing, lost, or perhaps waiting. Let's begin with Vulcan, the unbreakable Primarch of the Salamanders. Vulcan is a perpetual, meaning he cannot truly die. After the heresy, he disappeared, seeking his lost relics. Legends say he's hidden beneath Mount Deathfire, waiting to rise when humanity needs him most. Others claim he roams the stars, watching from the shadows. If any Primarch is destined to return in fire and fury, it's Vulcan. Next is Corvus Corax, the shadowy lord of the Raven Guard. Plagued by guilt from his failed experiments to rebuild his legion, Corax entered the Eye of Terror alone. He was last seen battling daemons, his form mutating into something more monstrous. Before vanishing, he whispered a single word: nevermore. Whether he was consumed, ascended, or simply hides in the warp, no one knows, but if he lives, he fights alone. Now we come to Jaghatai Khan, Primarch of the White Scars. The Khan vanished while pursuing Dark Eldar raiders into the Webway, a labyrinth of portals across time and space. Some believe he was captured. Others say he still battles the Xenos across shifting dimensions. His return has long been prophesied by the White Scars. If Jaghatai emerges again, it may be from a place no other loyalist could survive. And finally, we must mention Omegon, Alpharius' twin, if he exists. The Alpha Legion structure is so secretive, even the gods of chaos are unsure who leads it now. If Alpharius is truly dead, Omegon may have taken his place. Or perhaps he was always Alpharius. With the Alpha Legion, nothing is certain, except one thing: they're still out there, and they're still playing the long game. And then there are the Lost Two, the 2nd and 11th Primarchs, erased from history, statues destroyed, records purged. The Emperor himself ordered their memories buried. No one knows what they did or why. Some say they were failures. Others whisper they saw something the Emperor feared. Whatever the truth, their absence is perhaps the greatest mystery of all. Even the other Primarchs refuse to speak their names. So, where do things stand? Of the Emperor's 20 sons, 7 are dead, 7 are alive, loyal or damned. 4 are missing, their fates unknown, and 2 have been forgotten by time and decree. But now I want to hear from you. Which Primarch do you think will return next? Will Vulcan rise from the flames? Will Jaghatai break free from the Webway? Or will we finally learn the truth about the Lost Two? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Warhammer 40K lore, don't forget to leave a like, share this video with fellow fans, and subscribe for more lore-packed content. More epic breakdowns are coming soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. In the meantime, if you like this video, you can now click on this other cool video that's appearing on your screen. Click on it to see. Go ahead, click it.